This is our last morning. Oh wait, excuse me. This is our last morning in Mallorca, in Mallorca, in Spain. It's very sad. And we're having eggs for breakfast to ease the pain a little bit. And I already did the best part about making eggs, which is cracking the shells. Cutting the bread is a struggle. But this is the second best part about making eggs, is going da 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 da. I think I might be a violent person. Goodbye, beautiful apartment with the beautiful windows and the slightly comfortable couch and the half-equipped kitchen. Okay, situation update. We are now back in Palma. We left the Airbnb. What's that airport? We left the Airbnb, dropped Naomi off at the airport. She had an earlier flight than us. We had a little bit of a scare getting out of the parking spot that we had in Manacor, because one of the streets that we would have turned onto usually was blocked off because there was a market, which meant that there was a car who had pulled in front of us who wanted to park in our spot, but he couldn't go around the block and to let us out. So I was driving and I had to back the car out of the spot and go forward and backwards and then back the car like up the street and around the corner. And that was a little bit stressful because it was tight and the streets were all really narrow. And then when we parked in the parking lot just now, we had to go to 3 or 4 different parking stations because everywhere was full, because it's crazy in Palma today. Look. It's absolutely mad today. I have no idea why. But when we finally got into a parking ramp, turning around. When we finally got into a parking ramp, I had to get into kind of a narrow-ish space, and I didn't angle it correctly, and so we were too close to one of the cars. And when I was trying to back out to center it, the rear view mirror started to clip the other rear view mirror, so I was worried that I'd broken it for a second, but then it turns out that it was fine. We could just pop it back in place. It was on one of those rotator things, so I didn't break anything. But then I really had to get out and like finish centering the car, because at that point I was just fried. Anyway, we are now in Palma for the afternoon. We're going to go to the airport around like 5 p.m. It's now like 1. And we're just going to, I guess, explore a little bit, shop if we want. Megan has to return a thing at Mango. I think we're going to go to cafe, play cards, just chill before going back to real life. I don't want to leave, but I do, but I don't. I don't know. En attendant qu'elle choisisse, moi je regarde le jardin. Et la rue. Et l'autre rue. Ah, the glorious sounds of construction on a Tuesday afternoon. Oh well, let's go through here. It is so nice to be able to spend at least a little bit more time in this sun before spending the next 2 days in airplanes, well, for me anyway. Don't know what else to say about that really, except ooh, this is the sort of thing that you come to another city for. Alright, stopping for lunch in I'm actually surprised how empty it is, but then I guess it shouldn't be surprising because we're not really in the middle of the tourist area. But I am going to be adventurous and eat a green olive. I don't really like olives, but it has a lot of spice and oil on it, so I'm hoping that helps me. It does not help me. Not the best I have. I'll get through it. I love how Spanish tables always look so full and busy because of all the small plates. It's lovely. We've now finished lunch, and on the one hand, they've given us after dinner, like, how do I zoom? Here we go. They've given us after dinner mints, which taste like anise and black licorice, which is awful. But then they've also given us limoncello, which, now that I think about it, those are conflicting flavors. It's not really two that go together. So, in any case, it's free stuff, and we all know you can't say no to free stuff. You know how, that is gate change number 6. Okay, yeah, gate change number 6. 7? No, gate number 7, gate change number 6. Isn't it? I don't know. It's all fucked. Bless you. We were supposed to leave 48 minutes ago. We haven't even gotten on the airplane yet, obviously. People are obviously upset. It's just a mess. And I have to go home and pack and leave tomorrow morning. I hate it. I can't do anything about it. We're just sitting here trying to survive. Six gate changes later. I feel like that game made it okay, I don't even know how many delays later. We're finally going to the fucking airplane. Get me home. Fuck. Well, okay, the good news is we got back to Paris before dawn. I'm so tired. Okay, wait. The flight ended up being delayed 3 hours. And we got back to Paris about 1:30. Megan and I shared a taxi from the airport. The airplane had to be rerouted because originally we were supposed to go to Orly. But you can't land at Orly after 11:30 p.m. And because our flight was pushed back 3 hours, it was going to be after 11:30. So we had to reroute to Charles de Gaulle, which kind of screwed up everybody's travel plans, understandably. But Megan and I ended up sharing a taxi from the airport home. We got a receipt from the taxi driver in case we were going to be able to get a reimbursement from the airline because it was just ridiculous. The way, because the whole time we changed gates 6 times, they didn't ever give us answers why anything was happening, or if they did, it was varying information. They would tell one person one thing and another person another thing. At one point, the people said, the gate agents said that they were going to be able to have vouchers for us to have something to eat, because I think the rule is after 2 hours of delays, you have to give the passengers something, at least water or juice or something, but they didn't give us anything. So there was a lot of tension in the waiting areas, and every time they would make the gate agents would make one move toward the door, everybody would it was like all the groundhogs, when one looks to the side, all of them look to the side, so it was crazy. But yeah, so I got home at 2:30 and immediately unpacked and repacked, because now it is currently 7:45. I'm going back to the airport. I'm going home.